He didn't know anybody when we got here. And he had a 2-year-old daughter at home, and he had a 15, my sister was 15 at the time. So he picked up and relocated, just really took a big risk.
And this whole area was a farm, and Abercorn Street was a dirt road at that time. And basically the city of Savannah sort of ended around the mall area, and my dad had the foresight to see that this would be the next growth area in Savannah, and he purchased this Maricas track, and about that time he met Mr. Vaden, who was trying to open up a Chevy dealership. He'd come up from Jacksonville, and Dad met with him and told him, said, look, I'm going to buy this land, and if you'd like to build out here, you pick a spot and you build, and I'll build next to you.
My grandfather actually gave him an office when we were on Montgomery Street, so that he could easily have a place to go to get set up. And once he did, of course, he was very successful right from the get-go.
My dad always said that he would never have been able to be a dealer in Savannah if it hadn't been for Mr. Lewis. They hit it off from the moment they met, really, and Mr. Lewis stood up for my dad, and they both were just amazing, true gentlemen in the best sense of the word.
He has so many good qualities, and he is a smart businessman. I look up to him every day.
When we would get through the closing, and a lot of times the bankers would show up because they were very large transactions, and there'd be a lot of people in the room. And Mr. Vaden would say at the end of the closing, he said, now Danny, he said, I want to dedicate this dealership to the Lord. And so we'd close the transaction with a word of prayer where we dedicate the dealership to serving his customers and to serving the Lord.
My goal was to go somewhere where my name was not on the back of any car, and I just wanted to be anonymous. I got a master's degree in advertising and marketing, public relations, and I went and worked for a big marketing firm in Atlanta. I had so many doors slammed in my face. I was kicked out of offices, I was called names. I got really tough, which has served me very well.
18 months ago, GM's market value was $20 billion. By Friday, the company was worth $457 million.
I will never forget sitting in the conference room waiting to find out if we were going to be one of the dealerships that got the letter saying they're closing you down. And they didn't give you any advance notice. And it was really at that point that I decided that it was important to diversify and not to be heavily dependent on a single manufacturer. And during that time, we added several Nissan dealerships, and we've since added an Infiniti and a Toyota dealership.
They came on board right away. Not only did they come on board financially, but they came on board with people power.
I don't like to limit what our folks want to get involved in, because it's much more meaningful. Just writing a check is great, but if we can get people attending the Joy Prom, for example, or an Ambucks tricycle race, if we can get our people involved doing things with others, then it's rewarding in so many different ways.
The only thing that makes us different is how we treat our customers and the ability to get them back and come back and do business with us again. And as the landscape and the internet and everything takes over, it's still a people business. People like to buy from people they know and trust and know that they'll take care of them after the sale.
But there's still the human element to it, and I still believe that people like the new car smell. People want to go on test drives. People want to have their features and benefits explained to them. Those things are still important, and I think it's the experience. Really, that's the only chance you have to differentiate our company versus another company is the experience and the people that they encounter, and that customers can feel good that this company's been here for 50 years and that we will do what we say we're going to do, and we'll do the right thing and take care of the customer.
I just wish my husband was still here. He'd be so proud.